The Rosencrantz to my gilding bitch, the Gale to my Beggy, friend of Denise, the master of body rolling, and also the Meredith Grey to my Christina Yang. I feel like I should start from the beginning and let you know that I had the pleasure of knowing Mr. Kennedy since his early to mid-teen years. So in other words, I've known I've known this young man since the days where he was just the skinniest, pastiest white boy who smokingly rocked a pair of straight-legged jeans with the perfect pair of blindingly white Asics tennis shoes. But I am glad, glad to report, and as you can see, that things have changed, except of course that Michael, you are still a skinny, pasty white boy. And but I really can't mock him too heavily on this front because during those exact same years, I sported the really appealing socks, sandals, three-quarter cargo jeans, combination. And it goes really without saying that Michael and I, we both got a lot of sexy time during those years, a lot of action. But needless to say, with fashion sense like that. Now, the evolution of Michael is actually a frequent discussion topic among us, as I believe that he, out of all the people who I know, has actually changed the most since high school. And you have matured incredibly, and you've thankfully become a shitload less awkward socially and emotionally in the process. Just thank the Lord. I mean, I remember this one day at school. I walked up to Michael, and I told him that I considered him as one of my best friends, and it took me a lot of courage to admit. I had to work it up over like a week, and I finally had the courage, and I told him. And Michael turned around and said something along the lines of, you know, thanks for the sentiment, but that it really makes me uncomfortable, Fabian. Like I'm just not there yet, and I was pretty devastated. I was pretty heartbroken. But nowadays, Michael, thanks to my training and my guidance, can now process and show emotions. And I can easily turn to Michael and say, without reason, I love you. And he responds comfortingly and appropriately with, get lost, you massive twat. Now, those of you who know me know that this this boy Michael has been an incredibly huge driving force in my life, and I wrote this speech, sorry, in this ridiculously amazing design and arts building in Manchester, listening to, of course, groovy tunes, and that kind of says it for me, because I wouldn't have discovered art, I wouldn't have discovered music, and I wouldn't have discovered design if it wasn't for Michael, and I wouldn't have ever discovered all the things that I strongly identify myself with if it wasn't for you. And I I wouldn't be motivated, and I wouldn't be driven in my work, in my education, whether it be in my personal education or for my career prospects or in my social life. I wouldn't have the amazing friends that I do. I wouldn't have stability, and I wouldn't have passion. And without your presence in your life, I never would have become the person who I am. And I like the person who I am. And you'll never understand how grateful I am for that. If it wasn't for Michael, there is no doubt in my mind that I would just be a hermit of an individual living with my grandparents, eating spaghetti meatballs while watching nothing but Bold and the Beautiful or Days of Our Lives. Michael, your unwavering respect and support has helped me through really tough times and has also gotten me out of really stupid ruts. And I know this respect and support will never ever leave me, because you are one of the clingiest people I have ever met. Like, you cannot shake this guy at all. He's Once he's there, he's there to stay. But I wouldn't want you any other way. I don't want you to leave, and I know you won't, because you're super clingy. So which means I don't have to put any effort in. So it's great, really. It's, no, honestly, you are incredibly patient, which is evident as having Caitlin and I, two of the most annoying people in the history of the universe, as your two good friends. So you are incredibly patient, and you are in no way, shape, or form condescending when you're educating me about things which most people know as common knowledge from the age of 4. You are talented, you are intelligent, you are selfless, and I cannot wait to see you in Europe. I, I really miss my spontaneous singing partner. I really do. And I cannot wait to travel with you and to see the world with you. And I cannot wait for my children to one day call you Uncle Michael as you just like cram good literature down their throat because I'm still not capable of that. So they need you. They need you. So the question I'm left with, oh, sorry. The question that I'm left with isn't how do you write a speech about a friend like Michael? It's how do you write a speech about a friend, about a brother, about an educator, and about a life mentor? How do you write a speech that includes everything you want to say about someone quite that significant? And the answer, simply put, is you can't. You can't. I've tried. You just can't. One piece of writing will never encapsulate to me what you mean, and it'll never encapsulate what you mean to me. And one birthday speech will never put into finite terms. Will never put into finite terms um, the amazingly profound effect you've had on me personally, and the amazingly profound effect you've had on everyone in this room, which is why we're all here. Well, I'm not there, but you know what I mean. Which is why everyone is there to celebrate your 21st birthday with you. So the best I can do with you all tonight is to share some of the amazing stories that this fierce Italian-Irish man has created with me, and the things that he has done for me over our very long, almost decade-long friendship. And just one last story before I leave you. Michael, Andrew Peters, and myself once formed the greatest debating team that had ever graced this earth. And with Andrew's amazing memory, Michael's confident speech abilities, and my diuretic nerves, we like no one could beat us. We were just unbeatable, unstoppable, if you will. And anyway, after winning one of our debates, which we're quite used to that. After winning the debate, a young adjudicator felt the need to come up to our desks and give us further feedback, critique us just that little bit more, to benefit us, constructive criticism. And what he said really summarized Michael better than all the words I've put forth so far. So what he said, he looked at Andrew and myself and he said, you guys spoke really well, but you, and then turned to Michael, said, you're a bit bland. Anyway, happy 21st, and I miss you and I love you, and I'll see you all soon.